All right. Good morning, everyone. So, I know I just made this quick announcement, but you will need a block today, two if you have the second one readily available. If you don't have blocks, it's always nice to use something like we have a lot of game boards in the house. Sometimes you could use game boards, you can use cans, books. You just got to get really creative with what you have. Sometimes I use my daughter's little Minnie Mouse phone as a prop here and there. Today we're using it basically for balancing. Okay, so let's come into widening child's. Actually, you know what? Let's actually come into kneeling to start. We'll just take a few breaths to land. You can also use your block to sit on if that helps to take some pressure off of your feet, your ankles, those tiny sensitive bones. All right, so take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth. Got a full breath in and breath out. Allow yourself to arrive, to land. Let your breath become the anchor point of your practice. Notice how it feels as it passes the top lip. And it swirls through the nostrils into the back of your throat. And as you exhale, it's a warm breath. The inhale, feel the energy of the breath moving in. And exhale. Okay, let's slow it down even more. Take a count of 5 on both sides of the breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for 6. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for 7 now. Inhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try this one more time at your own pace. And then swallow. Start to blink your eyes open. Then roll your shoulders. Okay, now let's come into widening child's pose. So open your knees the width of the mat, big toes to touch. You can move your block up towards the top of your space. And then sink your hips back to your heels. Your forehead can either come onto your mat or maybe onto the block. Now, a good way to assess if you need the block is if your hips are really high off of your heels, it'll be beneficial to place the block under your forehead, and that will help to lower your hips closer. You might even get a better stretch into your lower back. And come right onto your fingertips. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, shift more weight back towards your heels. Just the subtle activation, feeling mostly into your arms, into your shoulders. And then we have this tendency every time our arms are over our head or close to our ears, the shoulders sneak up. So just try to find that happy middle ground where the shoulders aren't really high, but they're not also sinking all the way down your back. And now on your next exhale, cinch in through the waist. And inhale, rise up into a tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We'll take a few rounds of our traditional cat-cow. So breath in, drop the belly, look up. Then exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Good. All right, inhale, drop the belly, stretch from the pubic bone right up to the chin. And exhale to round through. So in this slow flow, we'll be moving into our flexibility, finding the balance between strength and flexibility. All right, now curl the toes under, come back into tabletop position. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, drop the belly, look up. Curl your knees and lift your feet off the floor. Hamstring stretch. Hamstring curl. Keep stretching the chest forward. Good. Now toes down, round the back. Come to that cat stretch. Float your knees a couple inches off the floor. Keep pressing the floor away. Hollowing out through the belly. Good. Knees lower down. Inhale, come into your cow stretch. Curl the knees. Heels rise up. You might even need to reposition your knees. Not repossession them. And stretch your chest. Good. Toes down. Come into that cat stretch first. Then lift your knees. Hover them off the floor. Get a good stretch into your back. Good. Feel the core wake up. And knees down. One more time. Curl the knees. Flex the feet. Open the chest. So we're lightly waking up our hamstrings for some of the movements we're going to come into today. Toes lower down. Round the back. Now float the knees off the floor. Keep pressing away. Press, press, press. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Take whatever movement feels good for you. Now, I don't know about you, but this is definitely my first down dog of the morning, so it might feel a little bit tighter. Now, the thigh bones, keep lifting the hips up and back. Thigh bones will roll inward. So if you look at the thighs, the inseam of your pants, they're kind of rolling back. Hopefully, I know it's early in the morning. Hopefully some of you are wearing pants right now. You just pedal out the feet. Do a little drop from shoulder to shoulder. Get really long through the sides of your body. Take a breath in. Exhale, step forward. Hang out here for a moment in ragdoll. Grab for the elbows. Let your body drape over your thighs. Now give yourself a little bit of space. So as you inhale, lift the belly. And then exhale, let the weight hang. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Come right up to the top. Exhale, hands at heart center. Good. Take a big breath in, reach up. Now exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Place your hands on the mat. Take a step back into high plank position. Again, now lift your hips, downward dog. Keep pressing your hands down and forward. Feel the lengthening from your baby fingers right up into the hip creases. Now Pick up the right knee, right leg. Bend your knee. Feel that nice stretch into the front of the body, into the side body. Keep pressing the right hand down and forward. And then let's just do some circles here with the knee. So maybe about 5 or so. And if you go one way, it feels good to go the other way too. Just really feel that sensation here. Now switch direction if you haven't done that already. Opening up through the hips, through the joints. Good. And now take your leg out to straight. Circle like you have a crayon between your toes and you're trying to draw big circles. My partner's in the other room with my daughter, and they're probably doing this right now with crayons between their toes. I'm just laughing. Okay, go the other way, other way. All right, now inhale, stretch the leg all the way out. Bring your knee to your right tricep, step your foot to the outside of your right hand, drop your left knee to the mat. Now swim your right arm up and back, bend your left knee, grab hold of your foot on the baby toe side of the foot. So for this first round, you're going to kick back into the hand to open your chest, get a nice stretch into your into your quad. Have a look at your right knee and toes pointing in the same direction. And just feel that kick into the leg. Open it up. Breathe into the left side. Might be feeling this all the way into the hip creases. If you're a side sleeper and you're doing this in the morning, this probably feels really good. All right. Now take the right hand back to the inside of your foot. Lift your right leg all the way up. Stretch it back. Good. Now lower your left elbow to the mat. Left elbow, this is called flash prep. So we have the left elbow down. Bend your right knee, open the hip. Keep pressing your right hand into the floor. Left elbow is down. Breathe deep. Good. Now float your left elbow up. Stretch out the right leg. Exhale, knee to the right tricep again. Step your foot to the outside of your right hand. Drop the knee down. And this time we're going to swim the right arm back. Grab your foot. And this time pull it in. Pull it in. So instead of kicking into your hand, we're going to pull that right back in. Breathe deep. Feel the stretch as it accentuates into the hip flexors. Two more breaths. Good. All right, right hand to the inside of your foot. Huge step back, come into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Good. Inhale the left leg up. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Big, big circles with your left knee. Going one direction about 5 times or so. Feel how that changes from side to side. Good. Switch the direction if you haven't done that already. Notice what's going on with your breathing. Are you still breathing? We're holding this 3-legged down dog for some time, so maybe your breath has changed. Has it shifted? And then stretch your leg to straight. Big reach through the leg. Paint with your feet. Now, maybe this time on this side in perfect cursive, you write your first, middle, and last name on the wall behind you. If your name is Edith Francisco Pereñas, that's really long. Okay, go the other way, go the other way. Now long through the left leg. Big inhale. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Hold for a moment. Tap your foot and take a deep lunge here. Right knee lowers down. Swim your left arm up, back, bend your knee, grab hold of your foot. Kick the foot away from your hip this first round. Maybe even looking back. Just notice too what's going on with the right wrist. If you're collapsing a lot of weight onto the wrist, try to tent your fingers and come right up onto the fingertips. Belly is pulling in as you rotate through the chest, left shoulder blade hugging the spine. Stretch into the hip crease. Good. Left hand comes to the inside of your foot. Let's take your three-legged down dog here. I'm losing my voice thing. So left leg comes up, back, reaching. Drop your right elbow towards the mat. So set up for that flash prep. Bend your left knee, open. Keep lifting the left knee high. Right forearm is grounding down and forward. Work the right heel towards the mat. You might even need to bend your knee a little bit more. Keep breathing. Offer a place of stillness with your breath. Good. Now straighten out the left leg. Float your elbow off the mat. Exhale, knee to your left tricep. Step your foot to the outside of your hand. Drop your back knee down. This time as you swim the left arm up and back, we grab hold of the foot, hug your heel in close to your tush. Your tush is your butt. So pull that in. You could even flex the foot. See how that changes that shape. Okay, breathe deep. One more breath in. Pull down as you exhale. Good. Hand comes down. Lift yourself up and back. Come into your three-legged down dog for just a moment. Set your foot towards the mat. Look to your hands. Crawl yourself forward. Tippy toe, all the way through. Then take your feet a little bit wider than your wrists. Grab hold of your big toes with your middle and your index fingers. Take a big breath in to stretch your chest. Exhale to fold. Bring the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Activate the upper back muscles. And then lengthen your sit bones up to the ceiling. And now the legs might not ever straighten in this pose, and that's okay. They don't have to. Just feel a little bit of an extension through the knees without compensating in your low back. So if you feel your low back rounding, you've probably come to too much of straight legs. Take a breath in, lengthen. Bow a little bit deeper as you exhale. Now this is where the blocks will be handy, so just make sure they're at the top of your space or you're at the top of your space. Good. Now release your toes. Come up onto your tippy top toes. Bend your knees. Carefully roll yourself all the way up. Come all the way up. Really slow. Reach up to the ceiling. Now, these kind of poses are really great to move into, especially because in these winter months, in Canada at least, we tend to be a lot weaker in our ankles wearing those heavy shoes, those heavy boots. Now start to bend the knees forward. Hands can come out in front of you to counter your balance. Come into toe stand. Nice and slow. Good. Almost in that active squat, pause. Good. Hands come down to the earth, forward fold. This time slide your hands underneath your feet, Padangusasana. Bring your toes right to the creases of your wrists. Take a big breath in, stretch your chest. Exhale to fold. Shoulders lifting up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice stretch. I like to have the block close by for that one. We will need it again for the next vignette, but for balancing, especially with the ankles and the toes, you might need a little more balancing support. Roll the weight forward. Feel that as you massage the hands, also bringing more blood flow towards the brain, to your heart, stimulating energy. Now let the hands come out from underneath your feet. Find your balance. Come up onto your tippy top toes. Bend the knees as much as you need to so that you can roll yourself up. Take your time. You can try reaching the hands forward if that helps. But eventually coming right up, whoop, to high, high, high standing. Maybe the gaze comes forward. Now, come into your toe stand. Find active squat first. This is also known as awkward pose. I wonder why. Okay. Whoop. All right. So come all the way down. Oh, boy. Good. All right. So lower down. Now, halfway lift, stretch your chest. This time we're going to step your right foot back. Oh, I'm sorry, your left foot back, left foot back. Drop your knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Come into low lunge. So what you'll find here is low lunge. You can kind of find where you go into a hyperextension back bend. I want you to find that middle. So instead of being like really back bending into this or coming all the way forward where your spine is flat, find that middle ground that works for you. You need to explore that too. So maybe it's coming back, coming forth. Find that middle ground. Get a little bit lower if you can. Good, now let your fingertips come to the earth, straighten out the front leg, hamstring stretcher, half splits. Breathe into this. Blocks are close by. Good, now bend the knee, come into that low lunge again, reach up. Sink down. Exhale, hands to the mat. Good. All right, from here, your hands can either stay on the earth or come up onto your block and float the right foot up. Keep floating the right foot so the hands can either be on a block or two. Good, foot comes down, bend the knee, lunge, reach up, breathe in. Again, exhale, hands down, half split first, find that half split. And now float, float. If you can come all the way up this time, maybe right up to your standing, float. Whoop. I was going to blame it on my ponytail for throwing my balance off. Good, okay. Let the heel come down, hands to the mat. Three-legged down dog, right leg sweeps up, sweeps back. And set your foot down. Step your left foot beside your left thumb. Drop your back knee. Find that deep lunge once again. So find where that happy medium is. So you might need to lean forward. You might need to come all the way back. Explore, discover, learn where that middle ground, where you can find the strength and flexibility right in the middle. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come down, straighten out the left knee, half splits. Take a big breath in, lengthen your chest, fold forward. Good. Bend the knee, reach up, big inhale. Sink down, exhale. Good. Hands to the earth, half split. Now this time play with floating. You might need 1 or 2 blocks. Floating. Good. Foot comes down, find that deep lunge. Reach your arms up to the sky, big breath in. And then exhale, hands come back down. Let's do that again. So this time, try to come up a little bit taller with your spine. Float your heel up. left heel. Breathe, breathe. So play with, if you're only working with one block, play with what side feels more supported for you to lift up tall. Good. Foot comes down, hands to the earth. Bring your hands on the inside of your left knee. Let's step forward. Come into a low squat, yogi squat. So hips drop down, knees will open wide, toes turn out. Let your tailbone drop, chest is lifting. Good. Breathe right into this. Now hands to the earth, lift your hips, take a forward fold. Feet are about mat width distance apart and just hang out here. All right, come up onto your toes. Lower your hips down to seated. And onto your back. Lay back. Soles of the feet together. Let your knees drop open. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Now the option, you can also bring your arms over your head. Take a few slow breaths in and out through your nose, just calming it all down. Now you can stay in this very shape, or you can come into final Shavasana, whatever works for you. So if you're taking Shavasana, help your knees up, stretch your legs all the way out. Any last movements you like to take before moving into your resting shape, now's a good time to do that. It's such a gift to give yourself on a daily basis. This practice of yoga is, as we know, our life is ever changing. So we can start our day with our best foot forward, and then it quickly can evolve. So giving yourself this opportunity is just a great way to at least have some calm throughout the day. Let your lips and your teeth separate. Your jaw is totally at ease. Now, if you have time to stay longer in Shavasana, I encourage you to do that. Stay for as long as you like. Give yourself permission to integrate back into your day. Thank you all for your energy, for showing up for yourself, and for those of you practicing in our Zoom class. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your space, your homes. Have a wonderful day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Power Flow. Namaste.